Good evening. The home of an ex-employee of Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, the investment company at the center of a significant fraud probe, was done today by the authorities. It was verified that the search was conducted in her presence. The hunt began at about midday. A document containing confidential details about her clients was made public earlier this week. The claimed document, which lists names of persons and describes how the accused former SSL employee allegedly took money from their accounts, was reportedly sent on January 7. The funds were mentioned in both US and Jamaican currencies. The document, which is being distributed, also described the purported methods used to take money out of clients' accounts and the amounts that were allegedly borrowed without their permission. Usain Bolt, a world-class sprinter who is one of the persons suspected of being defrauded in the enormous scam being investigated at the moment, was not mentioned in the letter. Senior Superintendent of Police Stephanie Lindsay, who was at the scene, provided an update on today's search.
Well, I can say that you're aware of the multi-agency investigation that's going on in relation to activity as SSL. So as part of the investigation, a team of officers led by the head of the fraud squad as well as the investigative department of the FID, so they conducted a search at the home of Ms. Panton, who is at the center of the investigation. So far, not much I can share about the search. What I can tell you that they have taken some documents that they believe could be of assistance to them. They will be analyzing those documentation to see if it provides any support to the ongoing investigation. They have also taken into their custody some cell phones, which will be analyzed. So at this stage, we don't know what's going to come of this search, what it will lead to, but so far, that's where they are with the investigation at the moment. Well, when I spoke with the investigators, there may be other searches that they are contemplating, because the investigation is like a puzzle. So as you look at one piece, you see where another piece take you to another location. So I know that they're, from my discussion with them, there are likely to be other searches relative to this investigation. Arrest and charges based on evidence. So the investigators, and it's a very high-level investigation with a set of competent investigators. We know an investigation like this, you want to make sure that you have all the evidence that you need before you. So they're not going to rush into any part of the process. They are going to make sure that everything is meticulously done to ensure that when they get to a point that someone can be charged, then they have evidence to put the matter before the court and have it tested.
In the meantime, Prime Minister Andrew Holness today released a statement regarding the fraudulent activities being investigated at Stocks and Securities Limited.
This morning, I received a general briefing from the Minister of Finance, representatives of the FSC and the FID, the Commissioner of Police, and the Attorney General's Department on allegations of significant fraud at Stocks and Securities Limited, a non-bank financial institution which is of grave national concern. This briefing was important to properly inform and guide any public pronouncements I may make on the matter. Like all Jamaicans, at home and abroad, I am thoroughly disgusted and upset by revelations in the public domain surrounding this matter. I'm very concerned and sympathetic to all those hard-working Jamaicans who, at this moment, are uncertain of the status of funds they have invested with the institution in question. While every investor's distress must be equally acknowledged, there is a dimension of a heightened public sense of betrayal, which I share, that a national icon who has brought so much pride to all of us is also a victim of the alleged fraud. Having had the benefit of the brief, I can confidently say to the nation that all the relevant government entities are seized of the urgent nature of this matter, the great public concern, and the suffering of the victims. I am satisfied that the entities understand the implications and the potentially complex nature of this matter and the need for transparency, diligence, and prudence in all their operations.
We will bring you further updates to this story in subsequent newscasts. In other news tonight, the body of a woman who seemed to have part of her head smashed in was found in Norwood this morning. The Montego Hills Police in St. James are looking into this death. Residents of Gulf, Norwood, reportedly discovered the woman's body at about 7:30 a.m. and summoned the police. The female was found in a pool of blood with a head wound after the law enforcement officers rushed to the scene. Following an investigation conducted by the police, the body was sent to the morgue for a post-mortem examination. Still tonight, investigations into this morning's multi-million-dollar robbery at the Hilo supermarket at the Fairview shopping complex at Bogue in Montego Bay, St. James, are still being conducted by the Montego Bay Police. According to the investigators, the thieves took money and commodities worth several $millions during the robberies at the store and Western Union as well. The robbers reportedly gained entry to the building by cutting a hole in a wall at the rear of the building. According to reports from the Freeport Police, security officers on the property reportedly sounded an alarm shortly after 7 a.m. Now, following their entry, the robbers stole a significant amount of cash and merchandise from the grocery and Western Union based upon observations. The authorities were unable to specify how much money was taken from the supermarket up until news time. Continuing with the news tonight, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, has received 750 traffic ticket management systems, TTMS handsets, and 750 mobile portable printers from the Ministry of National Security. This is the first device to be released as part of the digitalized ticketing system's nationwide rollout. The event took place yesterday at the St. Andrew-based Police Commissioner's Office. The electronic issuing of traffic tickets and the ability to record tickets electronically are to be facilitated by the use of these devices. Police officers will be able to consult driver and vehicle information thanks to this, including warrants, past tickets, and outstanding tickets. According to National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang, the yellow ticket book, which was ineffective and prone to errors, would be replaced with the TTMS.